Hello everybody, welcome back to the Plus Performance YouTube channel. Today we're going to do a little road trip here in King Twins, and we're going to show you what we're buying when we get there. Pretty exciting. I'm excited. I've wanted one of these for years and I finally found one. I think it's probably the only one in the country, maybe one of few still out there, and it's the only one I can find right now with this low miles. So we're going to show you guys, plus we're going to give you a recap on how King Twin's doing. Kind of do two videos in one. We've got about 25,000 miles or so, Adam, on this truck now.
Oh yeah.
I need to clean her. She's a little dirty. We went down a dirt road in the rain. Not a smart choice without an inner fender well. Needless to say, we're going to do a road trip with King Twins. We'll let you guys hear the whistles. They sound amazing still. In our time, it's about an hour and a half. In your time, probably 30 seconds. All right, guys, follow along. It's going to be a fun road trip. Just Adam and I being dumbasses. It's late. We've been working our asses off all day. I'm honestly tired. I want to go sit in my hot tub and drink a beer, but I'm going to trade that for a tea and a road trip for a truck I've always wanted. We're in a 6.0, so if you can't hear us, let's just be honest. I haven't torn the cab apart to do Dynamite. But King Twins is just a mobbing. Just so you guys know, our cold side pipe leaks a little boost because the O-ring is kind of shoddy. So we're waiting on a new intercooler pipe to come in, cold side pipe, and then we should be making like 48 pounds of boost. Other than that, the truck runs absolutely stellar. Very happy with how it performs. Fuel mileage is out of this world. I've been running on the same fuel for like 2 weeks. I think Adam went to Rapid and back on the same fuel. Or did you not fill up in Rapid?
No, I filled up in Sturgis.
Okay,
so I went all the way to Sturgis first, though, and I wasn't even at, I was probably a little less than half a tank, just because I was there. I figured, fuck it.
We're at a quarter tank right now. This truck has a 44-gallon tank. It says we're getting 15.4. That's really good for a dually on fat wheels and tires, if you ask me.
We're also hammering the brick.
Yeah, I haven't been kind to King Twins. I have way too much fun in this truck. There's a reason I don't drive it every day, because I'd probably have a lot of speeding tickets.
It's too nice.
It's too nice. It's a nice pickup truck, and I would have a lot of speeding tickets. 100% honestly. When I can go around this truck safely. Here we go.
It has two lights.
Man, I love how that sounds. Can you guys hear that? I hope you can hear that whistle. Hit the right amount of boost and it just hopefully caught the map hose again.
Oh, son of a bitch.
The clamp didn't hold, Adam.
No, it would hold under normal circumstances.
Too much boostuses. So we've got icon heads on here, if anybody didn't know that. They're ported. And then we have an ODOG ported intake, S2R, and then we have the ODOG's compound kit. A lot of you watched the complete series, the build series, last year. We're right at about a year from when we released this build, and we drove it cross country to UCC, and then we took it to a few more shows last year. We went all the way to the other side of this country. We went to North Carolina in November. We bought this truck with right at 106,000 miles on it, I want to say. And we're at 130,000, so we're just under 25,000 on the build. I bought it blown up. It didn't run. We pushed it in the driveway. Well, we used a quad to pull it from the neighbor's house down the hill, and then just rolled it down the hill straight into the shop.
Yep.
That's exactly what we did. So we got just under 25,000 miles on the build from last year's complete series where we built this whole truck. So far, we've had an amp step motor fail. We have a new one. I don't know why it failed. We'll replace it. Life goes on. We had a Fickum failure. And then, yeah, I mean, overall, it's been super reliable. We've towed a lot with it. It tows absolutely stellar. And, I mean, I'm probably not friendly enough to this truck. I roll into it pretty often.
Yeah.
So, it tows absolutely stellar. This is one hell of a setup. with that being said, what I was getting on was how we have the ported intake manifold, the ported heads. So we're gonna see less boost than other compound builds with stock intake and stock heads. Boost is a measure of restriction.
There's no replacement for displacement.
So when you open up the restriction, you're going to have less PSI of restriction. It's our way of measuring airflow, per se. It's every diesel pickup's way of measuring airflow, realistically. So boost, when you remove the restrictions, when you port the intake and port the heads, port the exhaust valves and the exhaust ports, and you let it more air in, more air out, the less boost you're going to see. So then we can supplement that with some fuel and build more boost. So I wouldn't hesitate, just from experience, to see 55 to 60 pounds of boost on a stock head, stock intake setup. On this one, we're seeing about 48 to 50, which is pretty awesome. It makes this dually, crew cab dually King Ranch feel like a single cab, and it sounds so cool. That's probably why I get so much trouble with it, because I just do that all the time.
Yep.
It doesn't sound like a 6.0 anymore. You know, the Chewbacca noise. It doesn't sound like that at all. When we get to the next stop, I'll be sure to record taking off, and I'll hit to 2,700 RPMs, and y'all can hear it. It does not sound like a 6.0 anymore. Not at all. And I love it. It sounds absolutely amazing. We have gotten 22 miles to the gallon out of this truck, 24 I think on one trip, somewhere in there. We were doing 55, 60, let's be honest. We were just cruising on the back roads from Gillette, Wyoming to Idaho to go to a truck show. King Twins wasn't towing for that trip, and a lot of the back roads are 55 to 65 the whole way. So we were going kind of slow and easy, and she got absolutely stellar fuel mileage. It was hand calculated. It was impressive for as big of wheels and tires this truck has, and as big of a truck as it is. Even to get 15.5 right now on the dash, and the dash is pretty dang close on this truck, because the tire size is still very similar to that of factory, just wider, a lot wider. I love how it sounds. You like how it sounds, Adam?
A little bit.
So different than every other 6.0 out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I love about it. Comment below, let us know if you like how it sounds. It's completely different than your standard 6.0. It makes all kinds of power while we're doing that.
If you can hear it. If it was too much wind, then imagine the noises.
Imagine the noises, he says. Only Adam would say something like that.
Yeah, we'll get it figured out someday.
Yeah, we'll figure it out someday. And I don't want any rude comments about how dirty the windshield is.
It's Wyoming.
It's Wyoming.
There's dirt roads.
Listen to that whistle. Let it put you to sleep. Yeah, that's not good. Don't do this while you're driving.
Yeah.
We do not recommend watching this video while driving.
Or if you want to, go right ahead. I'm not your mom.
He's not your mom.
Nope.
Who wants to have Adam as a mom?
Hey, they'd be so lucky.
There's a random bar that's closed.
The Rollback.
Welcome to Wyoming.
Yes.
So we've been driving for about 100 miles now. And just so you guys know, we've seen like 3 cars and 1 gas station.
Yep.
We went to the town of Midwest, which is a town of like 200 people. I don't even know if it's that.
We're probably eyeballing it.
I'm pretty certain everybody there is related. They're all brothers, sisters, cousins, uncles, something like that.
That's hide your daughter territory.
It's in the middle of nowhere. There's a bar there, and I hear it's really good. Wyoming 387 is the road run, and I do not recommend driving this. So just so you guys know, I'm not drunk. The camera's not falling around.
This is just what running in an 05 truck looks like.
On Highway 387.
Yeah, on a road to Casper, Wyoming.
Well, we're like 30 miles away from Casper, Wyoming.
If you guys ever get a chance to visit Casper, Wyoming, don't. It's literally a hole in the wall that's nothing to do.
You know, it's absolutely beautiful. There's a mountain, there's Casper Mountain right behind it, and it's a beautiful view but it's super windy, like always. Heavily industrialized town. They have manufacturers for like windmills. Caterpillar has one of their biggest dealerships in Wyoming there, Wyoming Cat. There's a whole bunch of oil-filled stuff there. Downtown Casper is kind of cool, but
it's just an oil-filled town, that's about it.
That's all Gillette is an oil-filled town.
No,
oil
that's not
coal.
true. You know how that's not true?
How?
We have 4 Starbucks.
We have 4 Starbucks in Gillette?
Yeah, they're building another one.
I only know of the one.
Really?
Where's the other 3 or 2?
There's the one you're talking about, the one they're building, the Starbucks in Albertsons.
I forgot about the one in Albertsons.
And then, where's that last one?
I know we have like 16 coffee shops.
Yeah, there's a lot of coffee shops too. We have a lot of Starbucks, and it's not good.
For a town of 30,000 people, why the hell do we need even 3 Starbucks?
We need Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A.
We need Texas Roadhouse. We need
In-N-Out.
In-N-Out. Oh, that's a good one.
We need Raising Cane's.
Yes.
That would be amazing.
And you know what they say? We're not populated enough for that shit. Because we tried, we applied, we wanted our own Chick-fil-A, guys.
I was going to start a Chick-fil-A.
It would have been blessed Chick-fil-A. And they said, fuck you. So if anybody would like to complain to Chick-fil-A, do it in a nice way because they're still amazing. But
tell them that they need to let us start Chick-fil-A in Gillette, Wyoming.
They got one in what?
Cheyenne.
No, not Cheyenne. They got one in Sioux Falls.
Yeah,
all
Sioux
places.
Falls.
Sioux Falls. Are you kidding me?
So the closest Chick-fil-A to Gillette, Wyoming, just so you guys know how remote we are, is 4.5 hours south in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Well, I think there might be one in Billings too, and that's 4 hours. Is there one in Billings? I don't know if there's one in Billings.
I tell you, but I don't have phone service.
Oh yeah, we don't have phone service because we're in Wyoming. So that's why we're rambling on, just so you guys know.
Yeah, there's really not much to do. It's actually 8 o'clock at night somehow.
Well, we'll let you guys go. I know you're probably getting bored of us rambling on.
Yeah, if anybody actually made it through this, let us know. Please comment.
Please comment if you made it through.
Yes, if you made it through.
All right, folks. So here's the big surprise. We bought another truck. Let's start it cold, see what happens. Let's pull on the dash. That's a good sign. One of the first things you want to do is start one cold. It's not super cold right now because it's low 60s, but yeah. Now we're going to check a few things out. So here's the next project truck. It's a 2006 550 four-wheel drive. A lot of people always ask me when they go to look at a truck what they should look for. This generally, I mean, general rule of thumb for any diesel pickup is obviously start it hot and cold, see how it smokes and see how it runs hot and cold. On a 6.0, there's something crucial you want to look at. Now this truck was studded by the owner before this guy. We don't have any paperwork. We don't know what was done to it, but we know that it was studded, whatever that means. I have no idea. We're gonna push it, see how much it goes. The first thing I always look at when I get to a 6 liter is I pop this guy right here, and it's warmed up. We've let it warm up. We started it cold. You guys saw that earlier. Not worried about a little pressure. Okay, there's no way to, I don't have a pressure gauge on here. It doesn't bother me. But I take this, I flip it over, and I go like this.
Take a big old whiff.
And if you smell diesel fuel, it needs heads. Yep. That's the best way I can put that. You don't need injector cups, you need heads. That's the first thing that you look at. I can tell you right now, for me, when it comes to a 6.0, which this one needs a cap because it doesn't click. So the cap's shot. So we'll be putting another cap on this thing. First 3 things I check when I go check a 6.0, well 4. Cold start it, hot start it. I check for fuel in the coolant. And last but not least, we will check for blow-by. So Adam, if you want to fire it up. Or 5 things, sorry. I'm gonna tell you guys one other 5th thing. One other 5th thing you wanna listen for. Adam, you wanna show them what you were listening for? I heard you. I want you. There's no thump there. No thump. No thump. So if you hear a thump coming from right here, right there, that's your air filter. Whether it be stock or not. If you hear a thump coming from there, that means it's lost a lifter. It's lost a lifter. If you buy the truck, you need to know that you are rebuilding the engine. Usually, if it's bad enough, it won't start cold because it won't have low pressure oil. The last thing we're gonna check is blow-by. People always say blow-by. What is it? Okay? Blow-by is rings letting more compression than you want by. Diesels always have some blow-by, folks. You see that? That's blow-by. Okay? So what you do is you take your cap and you do vibration. You take your cap and you put it like this. And if it doesn't pick it up, you're good. Other than that, it starts good, it runs good. drive rollback. So, I mean, you really can't complain when it comes to this.
Show them the best part.
And this is Adam's
Show them
favorite
the best part.
You ready?
This is the best part. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're going to get in so much freaking trouble.
Gets Adam going right there.
We're going to get in so much damn trouble. So much trouble. So this fully option out.
But for some reason, some retard took it from a 6-speed to an automatic.
Yes,
I don't understand that. Oh, okay, we don't have any interior lights.
Yeah, we don't have any dome lights, but imagine there being a stick right about there. It's gone.
I don't know why somebody would do that.
It gone.
But it does have cloth seats, so that means it's an XLT. It has power mirrors, power windows, power locks, and
Auto
cruise control,
headlights.
and automatic headlights, and a CD player.
Oh.
So this is an optioned out XLT, Adam.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
You know what's crazy? It's an 06 with the 04 steering wheel on it.
Oh yeah, good point.
That's how they option these out, weirdly enough. If you didn't get the complete full set of options and everything, they just gave you an 04 steering wheel. So it only had cruise and that's it.
It doesn't have automatic AC. That's the difference in these.
Doesn't have, if you can see it, it doesn't have auto AC.
It's a little dark right now, we know that.
Yeah, it's also like 9 o'clock at night, so I feel bad for the guy we're buying it from.
Yeah. I think we'll give him some cash and head home.
Yeah.
Might go get something to eat real quick.
Yeah. Brand new $2,000 polished toolboxes, light bar, LEDs. Oh, you bet your sweet.
Good tires all the way.
Yep, good tires all the way. You can bet your sweet little Larry. We're gonna get in some serious trouble with this thing.
Obviously, there's some other things. You should drive it, make sure the brakes work.
Yep.
But the top 5 things I look at in Wyoming, you legally, if you have a tow truck and you're stopped, you have to have those on. That's the law. So we're not breaking the law. High five. We get red and blue. No breaking the law.
Hey. Back to the 5 things.
Okay, the 5 things. So cold start, a hot start. I don't think they're gonna be able to see my face. We gotta turn this way.
Oh no, they can see it.
Okay, hot start, a cold start, a hot start. You want to check the fuel and the coolant. You want to listen for a lifter thump through the intake, and then you want to check blow-by. Those are the 5 things I look if I don't have a stand for. If it doesn't start cold, we know it's low pressure oil or a pickup. We know that.
Yep.
Adam's getting all excited behind the camera. It's hard to focus.
I can see his lights.
He's like a little kid in the candy store
I
right
don't know if
now.
you guys know this about me. I have a severe case of ADHD. So you guys do not have any clue what this is doing for me right now.
Oh my God, it's hilarious. But we're going to put some Bluff Performance testers to it, and I guarantee you'll see it at a show sometime.
Yep.
We'll be hauling the dyno with a show truck on the bed. And it's going to have some forged wheels.
Yep.
And maybe 2 turbos.
Guys, we're in the new tow truck. 488s are kind of effing me right now. I'm sitting at 2,500 RPM, only going like 67-ish. Believe it. Trying every bit to keep this little Larry at 70 at least. So far, it is quite the shaky gal. She does shake a little bit and everything, but I kind of expected that out of a 550. Overall, though, she's a good truck. Matt's right there behind me. In the rear view mirror, you can see him with his bright ass light.
All right, Adam, I'm going to take over for the trip home. Tell us your first impressions.
It's bumpy. It's a little bumpy. The lights are doing it for me. She is slow as all hell.
Slow as all hell.
But yeah, it's a good running truck. 0 to 60 in a few minutes. And she's got lights.
She's got some awesome ones.
Lights for days.
All right, guys, here we are cruising back home in the new tow pig. Obviously, it's a used truck, so it's got some little things that are going to need fixed. It is a rough riding son of a gun, I will say that. I'm coughing a little bit because we have an up-pipe leak. So the seller said that he heard a whistling that sounded like an exhaust brake. I told him with factory tuning there is no exhaust brakes. He's like, oh, okay, I wonder if it was tuned before. Well, it's definitely not been tuned. It's slow as slow can be. Even with the 488 gears, I mean, it does okay. It gets up and goes. But his hiss noise is 100% an up-pipe leak. I don't know of very many 6.0s that are F550s that are four-wheel drive with a rollback. There's not many four-wheel drives. I found plenty of two-wheel drives when I was hunting, and they were all over 350,000 miles. This one's got 131,000. There's no paperwork. I'll do a Carfax on it and see what it pulls up. It was originally a ZF6, and for some reason they converted it to an automatic.
Much later.
So we made it back from Casper, Wyoming. She's a little rough riding, but she's gorgeous. Obviously it needs a little bit of love. We gotta do something with the hood to get rid of the New Mexico thing on there. We did a Carfax on it, and those miles are original. When we were driving back, I was talking about how I was concerned that the cluster may have been changed when they did the automatic to manual to automatic swap. Why they would do that, I don't know. Needless to say, when they did that, they must have updated the cluster properly with a Ford IDS, because according to the Carfax, the miles are correct, which is awesome. We got some plans for it. Obviously you can see this side's missing the hubcap for the front. Doesn't matter. We got some wheels coming.
Oh, but they're already here.
Well, they're in Sundance.
Yeah.
They're in Sundance.
They're being polished right
Mustang in the country right there, ladies and gentlemen. You just saw it. Everybody that drives by our shop now, literally,
Putting that old fucking,
because we're on like main road, central Gillette, Wyoming,
putting that 2-valve to work.
they see the few hot rods we have, and they just go to town when they go by. So yeah, Adam's probably gonna get pulled over at least once for imitating a police officer with this thing.
Yep. Whatever.
It'll be a lot of fun.
It's illegal, but
We're gonna do, it needs a set up pipe, so we'll do that. We're
Yes.
gonna put a KC Stage 1 on it pretty quick here. Gonna put an exhaust on it, probably a ported intake. We'll show you guys all of that. Watch us build this. In the grand scheme, my grand plan here is to put Skyscraper on the bed, hook the dyno to the back of this, and bring it to shows. I don't know if we'll get to that this year, but it's a project. We got like 75 projects.
Yes.
Adam bought another one.
Might be a low ball on it a little, honestly.
Low bond a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What'd you buy, Adam?
Police car, right over there. And we're gonna do some hood rat shit with that too. Way worse than this thing. Way worse than this thing. That we're gonna get in trouble for sure.
We might 6.0 swap it.
Then people aren't gonna think it's a race car or a police car anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're gonna hear a truck come by. They're like, ah.
It rides good for a 550. It beats the dog shit out of you.
Yep.
Like it's supposed to. Pretty cool truck. We're gonna use it today. I'm pretty excited for that. Let's see how it starts cold.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. Take a few trips back and forth. We're gonna get Skyscraper over here, heavy Chevy. We
A piece of wood?
Why wouldn't a block of wood fall out of this thing?
What the heck?
Right?